Alright guys, I'm Ben.
I'm Lee.
And we are Evil GT.
We are Evil GT. And we are on our way to Crest Motorsport to have a look at the S15. It's had loads of work done on it.
For those who watched the last video, the front end got completely chopped off, absolute rust everywhere.
So all the rust has gone, and now the front end's going to be tubed, ready to put the front wings back on and the front bumper. For those of you guys that haven't seen the Sylvia videos, check out the playlist right there. So please guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel Evil GT, hit the notification bell icon thing, and we've got an Instagram account as well.
We have Evil GT Cars, go and check us out. Thank you very much to today's video sponsor, Pouch.
So the S15 is getting to the point now where we're going to have to start working on it ourselves. So let's go and find out to see if we can get some discount on some tools. Pouch is a free desktop browser extension that automatically finds and applies the best discount codes when you're shopping online.
Right, well can we get on eBay then and have a look for some tools?
So I'm on eBay right now, found some tools, I'm going to put them in the basket. So Pouch automatically pops up and finds me a code, then automatically applies it to the checkout and saves me £20 and 9 pence.
Well that's amazing, money saved. But is it just eBay it works on or anywhere else?
Oh, Pouch works on over 3,000 UK sites. That's more than any other browser extension offering a similar service.
Right, fair enough. I bet it's a nightmare to install.
No, Pouch takes only a couple of clicks to install, and then just make sure you pin it to your browser.
Yeah, but it's going to cost me some money that though, isn't it?
You can get Pouch completely for free right now by clicking the link at the top of the video description.
So what you're saying is I won't have to look through Google for all these different discount codes, wasting loads of time and effort.
Pouch automatically finds it and applies it. So you happy with that? £20 saved?
Mint. Thank you very much to Pouch. Please follow the links in the description, get it installed.
It really helps us out on our channel and helps out with sponsorship so we can do some more good videos for you guys and fix the Sylvia up. So that's our tools sorted out.
You've got no excuses now for helping me out. You better get your hands dirty.
I hold the camera, you know that. So these guys have been working on this S15 for days now.
They have ages.
Should we go and see where they're up to?
Here we go.
Nick, what's happened to your hair, right?
Yeah, it's not pink.
It's just not pink, that's all. What has actually happened? You wasn't here, was you?
He's been asleep.
We've got obviously the halo up now. Got the main frame in the middle. We've got the cross member for the tie rods to bolt to.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you don't tie these into any structure, they just float around and they directly impact the suspension. So they needed tying in properly.
Yeah.
We've got our captive nuts on the front end for our removable front section of the dashboard. And our steel has come back from S15. So it's all nice and bent up now. This is 38mm CDS. So this is very, very similar to, well, it is roll cage material. These are the ones that are going to fit in the sides that you saw with the copper tube.
So these are the ones that you fabricated out of the copper or brass, whatever it was, right? So no pressure. These have got to be right.
Yeah. These
Are you confident?
Yeah. I'm pretty.
Are you confident?
Always.
So all that's left to do now is just weld them onto there.
Get these on.
Yeah.
We need to put a couple tabs in for the headlights.
Yeah.
A couple tabs for the front bumper. We've got the tabs in for the wings, so they're right. And then it's radiator mounts and intercooler mounts.
So the weld points here, see, like they're just dotted
These
on
bits.
there. I take it you're going to do a full weld round.
Yeah.
That's just to keep it in place.
They're tacked up for now.
Yeah.
So obviously, if we need to move anything or we've got like a panel gap we're not happy with, we can take these back off, take material out, or add material in, and then you get your panel gaps correct.
Okay.
Trust me, he'll be chief QC over here.
Well, it can't be any worse than like Nissan factory panel gaps, can it?
Yeah. You did actually bend the car, you know.
I bent it.
Yeah.
Right,
Really?
let me have the camera for this.
Why? What's up with it? What are you talking about?
We had to get a ratchet strap. So obviously, when we removed the panels and everything, and we measured.
Yeah.
This chassis leg was like kicked out.
That one was.
Yeah.
But it was this side.
It was this side that you hit.
That side, yeah.
Yes, it was the near
We
side.
had to get ratchet straps and straighten it back up again.
You fucking chocolate these Jap cars. You need to listen. Have you thought about doing any work on German cars instead?
Being into it so it sits over the top of
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, so
Got you.
I just wanted to make sure I got it in the right position before I start.
Got you.
Yeah, I was just checking through.
I appreciate you checking.
Consider he don't want to be on camera. He's all right there with his clipboard and his hard hat, isn't he? Hey, follow him around with that. Quick, get him on it. Managing his steering wheel.
That's great for drifting. What do you think?
It is, yeah. I think that would suit the GTR though.
Yeah, well, it's got the right name on it, Datsun.
Exactly. I know all people use them as well usually, so it's like that's like a win-win. That's like a Datsun, so it's perfect for your car and it's for old people. Perfect. Hey, there's your thumbnail.
Is that a good thumbnail? I'm sat up a bit higher.
I mean, it is a truck. You know, most people, right, would look at that, they'd get that project there, wouldn't they, and they'd go, mate, Tom, could you do us a favour please, mate? Could you sort this for us?
And they'd say, fuck off, mate. You're taking a piss.
But no, not Tom.
Geezer who welded it up last time thought we were funny. He's welded a cock in your arch.
23.
Yes.
It's taken you all that time to try and find something clean on this car.
Yeah, look at the back. Look behind the back seats. I've only just realised it.
That's because the shit is covered in carpet, mate, that's why.
Yeah, it's good. I've never noticed that before. A lot of the front end's now tubed up. That offside front, it's been templated up. The chassis leg has been reinforced. It was about 1 millimetre.
Yeah.
Now it's gone to 3 millimetres with that little L-shaped bend.
Yeah.
So it's going to do exactly the same thing on the other side where you bent.
Straightened it up. I straightened it up. I mean, it's hearsay. What he's saying here, it's all hearsay, saying that I bent it. I could have straightened up an already bent leg, so...
Well, he did say he measured from the scuttle panel.
That could have been bent.
That could have been bent. Measured it across, and the near side was bent by, I reckon, well, he was saying probably a good 2 or 3 inches.
Exaggerating.
So he's fixed it up anyway, so he's going to do the same, and then he's going to take the front bit of the structure off, and then it's only tacked on. And he's going to make sure it's definitely level again and then he's just going to weld it all up and make sure it's all basically just weld it all up so it's all solid.
So it should be done in about 10-15 minutes or so, you reckon?
Yeah, a couple of minutes left.
Easy.
Next JDM car then.
We're yet to see. That sounded like he was going dead fast with them, wasn't? Was it wheel spinning or something then? Is that? He's done a good job of that. As knackered stuff goes, that looks good, I was happy with that. But this goes to prove our point, that we're yet to see a good condition JDM car, aren't we?
And you'll never see one.
No.
Have you got a JDM car in good nick?
In comparison to this, RS15, even with the front end chopped off, is still in better nick.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, what's that piece of wood for there?
That's part of it.
Is that in the boot?
That's part of the boot, surely.
Oh, that's what it's for. A portable seat. Oh.
Oh yeah, it was part of the boot, yeah. It's the boot floor.
So the whole rear quarter's just been screwed on.
No, it's not even. That's like a flip over, isn't it? That's fiberglass.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's fiberglass. Yeah.
So that's just got a fiberglass rear quarter. It's been screwed on all the way around, look.
You know what? You don't even see that, do you? This bar now has been welded on. This bit is all finished into there. So
Is it welded on?
Jesus.
Oh, that was the bonnet. I actually thought it was. I thought that was cracking then. Right, go on. So it is definitely on, yeah.
Yeah. So that's on. That's solid.
Yeah.
This top piece, these still need all welding round and fixing on. These are a bit more welding.
They're still only tacked them. They're not properly welded in. Yeah.
The wings, as you can see, sit bang
They're
on
in place.
now.
Yeah.
They're bang on.
And then the hole, I noticed here, look, so that little thing, the brackets underneath there, so the holes all lined up and stuff, so they'll all go in there.
So obviously when the complete front end goes on, it might need a little bit of adjustment just because, I mean, it's going to be no worse than Nissan's own panel gap, right?
Nothing's worse than Nissan's panel gap.
When it gets stripped down, all this rust here is going to be stripped out when it gets to the body shop.
Oh, beautiful Japanese rust.
Exactly. But we had to do it this way. We had to get this front part done before it went to the body shop. So rather than doing it and then bringing it back and then putting this on and then sending it back to get painted, it just seems a bit counterproductive. So you've got a removable piece here that's going to come out. The radiator is going to be mounted behind this.
Yeah.
The intercooler is going to be mounted in the front.
Yeah.
So that's to be done. Obviously the wing bit there where you smashed up, That's going to be straightened out a little bit.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
2-minute job, that, mate.
This is about as far as we're going to get today. We've been on this now for about 3 days, and it is work in progress. There's going to be no end result to the video. I mean, it's a shame that we can't say, oh yeah, the whole front end's done, but it's going to take weeks to do it. So when we come back, the front end is going to be on, the mounts for the lights are going to be on, all this is going to be finished. Then we're going to be at the point where we start stripping the car out and getting it ready to go to Sean's for the paint, and well, obviously the rust, sorting all the rust out. But as you can see behind the inner wings now, seeing all the clearance.
Well, yeah, there's no rust there now, mate.
Well, there's no rust, no, obviously. But I'm talking about, I better be careful with them.
You are, yeah, they're 600 notes,
the
aren't
most
they?
expensive bit of the car. So obviously, you've got a lot of lock. So when we get our lock kit, you know, we'll be able to get the wheels.
Because obviously
really
we're going to be going super sideways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's about as far as we are
Right,
with it.
thank God for that. What you're basically saying is, we've been on this for 3 days and the front end still isn't finished.
Yeah, that's
In a
basically
nutshell.
it. So yeah, no end result to the video, but it looks better, right?
Well, I mean, as if you wanted the front of your car looking like it's had scaffolding set up, then yeah, it does look a lot better, mate. Yeah.
That is it. Make sure you subscribe to see the rest of the progress on the car and see him take the piss out of me, basically, because everyone thinks the car's a dog.
Well, it is, isn't it?
So yeah.
But it's now a little bit less of a dog, but that's because there's a little bit less of the car.
Oh yeah, but it is looking better, sort of. So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Ta-ra.